In February of 2015, this pair of truck drivers was driving down the highway when a white truck quickly speeded up to them. They got in front of them and slowed down, forcing them to stop the truck altogether. They thought the man inside was trying to tell them something, like their brake lights weren't working or something, so they pulled to the side of the road. But once they stopped, no one got out of the white truck. It circled the two truckers and stopped right next to them, even blocking oncoming traffic at the times. The person inside could now clearly be seen, but he just sit there, staring at them. They worried the man had a gun, and so they decided to drive away. But this causes the white pickup to pull right in front of them.
No, just go. He's just sitting there. Does he think you cut him off or something?
I think it's fucked up.
See, what's his tag? I can't see his tag.
The truck drivers are forced to back up to get around. They try to record the license plate, but it's not entirely visible. After a few seconds of just sitting there, the white pickup backs up to be in line with the truck. The truck drivers take this opportunity to try and drive away. As they drive off, the white pickup ramps into the back trailer, in what can only be assumed as an attempt to get them to stop. But they keep going and eventually lose the white pickup. A bit further down the road, they park and wait for the police to arrive. When they did, they started a search, and after a while found the white pickup on the side of the road a bit further down. They detained the man inside and, after seeing the video, arrested him. Police later determined that man was not in his right mind, and the outcome could have easily been worse than it was. This dashcam footage was taken in Russia. A driver stopped his truck on the side of the road to change out one of his wheels. As he does so, he noticed the same wheels pass by multiple different times. Worried whatever was inside had bad intentions, the driver walks up the road and finds a steel pipe to defend himself. Shortly after, the car drives by again, but this time stops. 3 bandits were inside. One of them, seeing a tracksuit, walks up to the truck in an attempt to extort money from driver for crossing their territory, but the driver stays inside his truck and calls for backup from other nearby truckers. 5 minutes later, multiple trucks responded to his call for help. Now, with backup, the driver gets out of his truck and confronts the bandits with his steel pipe. Meanwhile, trucks continue to pile in, blocking the bandits from retreating. Now, with almost 20 truckers, they flip the bandits' car over. The car is left to sit upside down on the side of the road as all truckers begin to leave, having saved one trucker from potentially life-threatening situation. This dashcam footage was also taken in Russia. It was recorded in October 2013. The truck was carrying shipment through the night. The road is pitch black, only lit up by the track headlights. All of a sudden, A tree falls directly in front of it, only seen when it appears in front of the headlights. The tree falls only feet away from the truck. There is not enough distance to avoid it, forcing the drivers into it. He swerves, but avoids overcorrecting more than he should, and therefore doesn't spin out and lose control. This allows the driver to make it out with nothing more than slight damage to the front of the truck. This dashcam footage was taken at 5 in the morning on July 29, 2016. The truck is in Calais, a city in France that overlooks the narrowest point in the English Channel. It headed for a port which will take it over the channel to the UK. As it continues on the road, multiple men with flashlight appear on the road, throwing rocks at the truck trying to get it stopped. The men in the video on the side of the road are a gang of migrants trying to be smuggled into the UK by any means possible. Drivers set up makeshift roadblocks, throw rocks out the window of trucks, standing in the road, all in all attempt to get trucks to stop. If they are successful, they will try to use different weapons to threaten truck drivers into smuggling them over the border. Report of these occurrences, both successful and unsuccessful, come in somewhat frequently. Police in Calais have been working to fully eradicate the issue for years. In 2021, Hurricane Ida, an extremely destructive Category 4 hurricane, hit the state of Louisiana. It was the second most powerful hurricane recorded to have done so. It quickly devastated the southernmost part of Louisiana as it moved upwards further into the US. The hurricane creates multiple tornadoes. As it did so, this semi-truck will find itself in the middle of one of them, all of which was caught on its dashcam. It happened in Horsham, Pennsylvania. The truck stopped at the light, but upon turning green, the driver decides to stay put. The winds quickly began to pick up. Visibility continues to worsen as the power lines on the side of the road finally give away. The truck continues to be forcefully pushed around.
The tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. for southeastern Pennsylvania. Repeating, the tornado warning has been allowed to expire for the following counties. The flood warning continues for the Swatara Creek and Harbor Tavern from late tonight until further notice. The river is expected to rise above flood stage light this evening to a crest of 14.8 feet tomorrow morning. Impact at 9.0 feet. Several driveways and other minor roadways are affected. Water begins to enter some basements. Impact at 12.0 feet. A number of secondary roads are closed, resulting in some evacuation. Impact at 14.
The winds are strong enough to push the truck over. The dashcam falls off the place, revealing the driver still being held in his seat from his seatbelt. Almost immediately after falling over, a man driving a van in front of the truck turned around and went over to help. The truck driver was assisted out of his truck, when the two men then ran for covering in a nearby building. The truck driver made it out with only minor injuries. This semi-truck was sitting idly on the side of the road when the dashcam captures a silver car pulling up the front of it. The car is put in park, and a man gets out. He starts walking up to the truck and seeing the one inside. Walks around to the driver's side door. It was left unlocked. The truck driver was outside, possibly changing a tire or inspecting his back trailer. It's not made entirely clear. The man then rummages through the truck driver's things before making a run for it back to his car, having taken a black bag. That's when the truck driver realizes what's going on and chases after him. For whatever reasons, after getting in the passenger side door and beginning to dry off, the car stops and the man throws the bag on the ground. The car then continues to speed off as the trucker reclaims his bag. The license plate was never fully visible in the video, so police couldn't really do anything.